session tonight. And tonight we are going to have another session as usual. You know it, from different part of the world, from different educators. And tonight our guest is from Turkey. We welcome İskenderun Cumhuriyet Anatolian High School English teacher and Be the Voice of Girls project coordinator, Mirey Baz. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her, and I'm sure that it's going to be a very fruitful session with her. There she is. Let me just a moment. Let me invite her. I have accepted her invitation. I'm waiting for her to join. Sometimes it takes time to join. Waiting for Instagram. Sorry for this connection problem, but it's not about us. It's about the Instagram. She's not here. Let me find her. I have sent invitation to her again. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
great teacher.
Hello.
It's nice to see you.
Thank
Can you
you.
hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Volkan?
wonderful. Yes, it's
Okay.
really clear. Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, Mirey Hocam. So I would like to say thank you very much and for being with us and accepting my invitation for Teacher Talks. And it's really great to see you here and being with you here in this live session, which is 156. It's going to be really wonderful session tonight. I'm sure that. Thank you very much one more time.
I thank you, Volkan, for inviting me and to give me the opportunity to see lots of my colleagues, my students from all over the Turkey and sometimes from all over the world. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's an honor to be your guest. I love the works you do for ELT World, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And before starting, I would like to offer my endless love and gratitude to our great leader, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. You know,
Sure.
tomorrow is our national big day, and I would like to celebrate the 23rd of April,
April.
Yes, National Sovereignty and Children's Day of the world, all the children.
Sorry.
Bless you, bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, and before starting, I just want to share my feelings and my ideas about tomorrow's the big day. Thank you very
It's
much.
wonderful. You're welcome. It's a great start, by the way. Thank you very much. And
Okay.
to start with these great words and sentences about tomorrow, and I'm sure that whole of Turkey will celebrate it with a lot of passion. Yes, tomorrow.
Yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
All
I'm
right.
sure about it. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so if you are ready, we can start because I'm ready, and I'm sure you are ready too.
Yes, yes, I'm ready. And
Okay,
I've been waiting for a long day for this time, and I'm
great,
very excited.
great.
You know, all the time we are speaking with to the public, but it's again a special excitement to me to be your guest today and to share my experiences and my ideas with this nice virtual meeting. Okay, welcome.
Thank you, Mirey. Okay, I know about you, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Okay. Of course. And hello, everyone. Welcome to our session with Volkan Hocam. I am Mirey Baz. I'm from İskenderun, Turkey. I also live here and I also work here in İskenderun, Hatay. I know that when you hear the word of Hatay, all you remember the century's biggest natural disaster, unfortunately, occurred on the
Yes,
6th of February last year. And every day it reminds itself to us. That's why I can't pass to talk about it.
sure.
And I'm a graduate of Gazi University English Language Teaching Department. I've been teaching English for 21 years at public schools. Yes, it's my 21st year of teaching English. And I've been working with high school students for my whole career. Just 1 year, I had the chance to work with the kids. And later, about 20 years, I've been working with high school students. And
Wonderful.
especially, I'm specialized in teaching English to the language class students who want to have a career in language teaching, maybe
Uh-huh.
English teaching departments, or who wants to study other languages at the universities. And as you mentioned in the beginning, I'm also running a project. This project is supported by US Embassy, and this is a local project, and that's called Be the Voice of Girls. And this project is the project of which I'm proud and honored of being the coordinator.
Great.
And that's all for the
It's
start, Volkan.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a
you.
wonderful start. Thank you very much, Mirey
You're
Hocam.
welcome.
And so we will talk about that project later. So,
Okay.
but let's move to the next question. Mirey Hocam, what was or were your turning points or points in your own education?
In my own education, it's been a very long time, Volkan, you know. You know that, but it's a broad question. Let me go back to my secondary school years. And you know, after finishing primary school, I had an exam to being a student in an Anatolian high school, and these
Uh-huh.
schools were so popular in that years, and they were 7 years long public schools, and they were all based on language teaching. And I spent 7 years in that school, and those were the years I met English there. And
Nice.
yes, and when I was 10 years old, I started to learn English. And I had wonderful, inspiring English teachers, and they all had big impacts on me and on my career. And maybe
Uh-huh.
this is the turning point to be accepted to that school and to meet English in the very early ages of my life when I was 10 years old. Maybe 10 years is a bit late for these years, but
Uh-huh.
when I was a child, it was a very early step to learn English. It was a very early age. The age of 10 was a very early age. So meet English is the turning point of my life.
That's
So,
nice. It's nice. Okay, it's a great turning point, Mirajam. Thank you for sharing that
uh-huh.
time with us, Mirajam.
Thank you.
And you have been teaching for more than 20 years. You just mentioned about it. So in those years, and still, you have tried different strategies, techniques, and methodologies in your lessons, and probably you have a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching? Can you tell us about it?
Uh, Let me start by this, Volkan Hocam. I learn from my students lots of things, you know.
Uh-huh.
Also my students are my teachers about teaching and about my job. They are my colleagues at the same time. And my first goal to establish an encouraging and safe classroom environment for each of my students. And I aim to bring open-minded and positive attitude and high expectations to the class every day. I really care about my students' social, emotional learning level, especially after the trauma they had the last year, you know,
Yeah,
because social, emotional learning is a very big part of teaching. We should be aware of their emotional mood,
definitely.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's very important, and we cannot ignore their emotional position and emotional moods. And my general philosophy is that everybody, I accept that everybody cannot speak English perfect, but I'm sure that everyone has the ability to express themselves as long as their capacity and their potential, you know. Everybody has a potential to learn, but the level changes up to what they're being ready, you know. And their
Sure.
emotional mood, also their emotional mood, let them to learn or not.
Uh-huh.
And self-confidence and fluency works more than the accuracy in my classes. I never try to get perfect results. I just want to set a safe and what free environment to them, and they shouldn't feel stressed and under pressure in my classes, and they shouldn't see English as just a lesson, you know. They should see it as a part of their brain, and they should live with. I also think that. And I encourage them not to be perfect, but to reach their full potential. This is my
Mm-hmm.
philosophy of teaching. Not
It's
perfection,
good.
but not perfection, but I focus on the progress they have in that time, in the time being, I mean.
Uh-huh. I see. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much, Ajam,
You're
for
welcome.
sharing the philosophy of you. Thank you. And we are educators, and in our career we have a lot of stories with
Mm-hmm.
teachers, and some stories, some bad stories, and some good stories, some failed stories, and some success stories. So can you tell us one of your success stories of yours, something inspirational?
Mm, Volkan Hocam, you know, actually, I do not like to talk about my own success. I don't like to talk about it. But as a public school teacher, I mentioned to you that I've been working in a public school for more than 20 years, and
Uh-huh.
I have been doing my best to support my students to cope with their rivals from the big cities and from private schools, because I know that each student doesn't have the equal rights for reaching the education, and
Exactly.
especially in public schools, you know, we have got very different rooted students. They come from different roots, different families, and different socio-economical situations, I mean.
Yeah.
And as a public school teacher, I try to equalize
Uh-huh.
their opportunities and their educational opportunities with the private school students, and I really do my best to break their limitations by supporting them, and by supporting them to make their dreams come true. That's it.
True. Uh-huh. Exactly. It's wonderful.
Mhm.
Thank you. There was a comment here. As her student, I really like the environment she creates as she succeeds in paying personal attention to all her students. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for your nice comment.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Okay. So for you, Mirey hocam, uh, what are the most important qualities and skills a successful language teacher should possess?
Yes, let's talk about generally first. And I think all teachers should be passionate about their work. Passion is the first step.
Uh-huh.
We all should be passionate about our work, and we should be able to connect with students and inspire them. Inspire and inspiration is a magic world in my teaching life. And a teacher should be a step, a facilitator for their future, not a barrier, you know. Unfortunately, uh, the teachers are also human beings, and we are not perfect, Volkan Hocam. We are not perfect, of
Nobody is
course,
perfect. Yeah,
but
we know.
but but we should do our best to get all the barriers in front of our students. Okay, but we know
Uh-huh.
that some teachers, I don't know why, but they are themselves are barriers in front of their students' dreams.
Oh,
That's all.
yeah. That's
And
it. I see.
and when it comes to be an English teacher, it needs to be more enjoyable and patient, because
Uh-huh.
learning a second language is a very long process, Volkan Hocam.
Exactly.
It's a very long journey, and how you start this journey will affect the whole way, you know,
Sure.
the all language learning years. And the teacher's patience and attitude in teaching English forms the what future language fate of the students. The starting point is very
Uh-huh.
important. And during my career, unfortunately, I witnessed lots of bad stories about that,
Oh, I see. Hmm.
about the language learning backgrounds of my students. And they had some bad memories, and I struggled a lot to melt these ice, and that these frozen ices. I did do lots of things to help them. And also, I remember one of my instructors' quote and words, dear Aydan Ersos from Gazi University. She was my instructor.
Wonderful. Yeah,
Yes,
wonderful
and
educator. Uh-huh.
for being an English teacher, she has a motto. You know, she always told us that an English teacher is a monkey. Do not forget that. An English teacher is a monkey who amuses her students to teach them just even a word, you know. And she always told us that you should spend maybe 1 hour just to teach what? Just to teach one word to a student, and you should be a monkey just to teach them a word from the language. Yes.
I see.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing her course with us.
Thank,
And she's
thank you.
very important for us also. Yeah. She's a very
Of
important
course.
educator,
The
as a kind of a
milestones.
pioneer, a
Yeah,
milestones,
yeah.
really. She's a wonderful educator and
And
she's a supporter of language teachers every time when we need her. Definitely she does. She is
I'm
one of the
very
best
lucky. I'm very lucky.
educators.
Yes.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
be her
exactly.
student. Yes.
Definitely. All right. So I have no idea, Mirai teacher, but I just want to ask, and maybe have you ever thought to do uh, different jobs?
Uh, when I was younger and when I was a high school student, as all the teenagers, I had lots of dreams about my future. I just dreamed to be a journalist, for
Oh,
example. A
nice.
journalist, yes. Being a journalist was one of my dreams. But uh, now I'm
But you,
happy. Well, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And
okay,
they are similar jobs, you know, you deal with people all the
I
time.
see.
So I'm happy with being an English teacher here.
Okay. So my question is about that. So now you're a teacher, and I'm sure that you're very happy, but why did you decide to become an English teacher? What was the story about it?
Volkan hocam, to be honest, as I mentioned, it was not my dream to become an English teacher, but but it was my dear father's dream for me to
Oh,
become an English teacher because he was really interested in languages and he was also a graduate of French language and literature from Hacettepe University.
uh-huh.
And language was a hobby and a part of his life all the time. And also, I have a sister, and also she studied language at
Oh,
university.
nice.
So
Very nice.
this comes from a family. This is a family habit. We can say to study language is a family habit in my family. But again, thanks to my father, now I'm very happy and satisfied with being an English teacher. I also had a story about it, Volkan hocam. It was not so easy to be a language class student in my in my special school, high school, because as I mentioned at the beginning of the session, this school was a special school which selects students with a
Uh-huh.
placement test, and for the society, being a student in that school means that you should become a doctor, you should become an engineer, you should become an architect, you should become a lawyer, but you shouldn't become an English teacher in such kind of schools. Yes, yes, because the society and the families and sometimes most of the teachers were dreaming. They had different dreams about our future, but that was not my dream, you know. And when I decided to study language,
Uh-huh.
I and my family had to struggle, had to fight with lots of people, uh, even with my school's manager, Volkan hocam.
Nice.
Can you imagine that? A school manager should support the students for following their dreams, but
Dreams.
unfortunately, he didn't help me to follow my dreams, but we insist on. And you know, there is a very big misbelief about studying language, uh,
Oh, interesting.
especially in this
Uh-huh.
society. And unfortunately, this misbelief still exists. I told you that my specialized part of my job is teaching English to the students, to the language class students. And
Uh-huh.
even nowadays, we have some problems what to make the parents accept their students, their daughters or sons, what dreams. There is a big restriction in the society for studying a language at university. But I still witness lots of parents, they discouraging their children and do not let them to follow their dreams. So this is also one
You're
of
right.
my struggling parts of career. Just
Mm-hmm.
dealing, just connecting, just communicating with the parents and just telling them that studying language is the key of all the world, you know. In the
Sure.
end, they accept it, Volkan hocam, but it's not easy to make them
Definitely.
believe it. Okay, thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mirey Hocam. Mirey Hocam, I know that you have a very important project, which is called Be the Voice of Girls.
Yes,
Okay?
yes,
So, can you tell us about, and I know that it's very important for you,
yes,
and it has a meaning
exactly,
for you. Yeah, and
exactly.
can you tell us about it, and what's the aim of the project, and Let's start with like this, and I have also one or two more, actually a couple more questions about your project. But first, let's answer these. What is it, and what's the aim of it?
Okay. This is the best part of this session for me, Volkan Hocam.
Uh-huh.
Whenever I hear this word or the title of my project somewhere, I feel a bit sensible and a bit emotional,
Uh-huh.
as you witnessed in the States when we were together.
Sure.
Whenever I talk about my project, yes, let me give some information about it. That project is very unique of my career because this is a trust. This is a trust from my dear friend who we lost at the 6th of February earthquake.
Oh.
She
Uh-huh.
is Fatma Dodurka and her unique daughter Alara Deniz Dodurka. Fatma was the real owner of this project and the real coordinator. And she was an English teacher, full of energy, vision, and mission. Let's send big applause to the sky for her. Okay, let's send
Sure.
our love and big applause to Fatma and to dear Alara Deniz. Okay, let me turn back. The name of the project is Be the Voice of Girls. As you can understand from the title and the name of the project, this is an project based on the girls. My students are all girls, so I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky.
Uh-huh.
I feel very lucky. This is an art and English based project, Volkan Hocam. We teach English with art. And
Oh, I see.
yes, our students are all around 15, 16 years old, girls from the ninth grades of the public schools in İskenderun, Hatay. They are all survivors, and unfortunately, we also lost our four dear students and their families with
So
Fatma
sad.
and Alara.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the common point of these students are they are all from public schools and they are all interested in English and art. And we had, up to now, we had two Be the Voice of Girls teams. We call them BVG1 and BVG2 girls. And each had 20 girls at the start, but now we have totally 30 alumni project girls. We combined
Wonderful.
Yes, we
Uh-huh.
combined these two groups after the earthquake by the big support and help of the U.S. Embassy Ankara and Turkish American Association Ankara. Thanks to
Wonderful.
them, yes, thanks to them, they all supported me and my girls to
It's great.
continue our project as an alumni project, as an alumni project. And now I have 30 wonderful, talented, gifted, and miracle girls that I'm studying, Volkan Hocam. And I feel
It's
very lucky and
that.
I feel very happy.
Sure.
I feel very happy to be the part of this project. And I really try to follow Fatma's dreams, I just trying to make her
Which is very
dreams come.
important. Uh-huh.
Yes, this is a big trust for me from Fatma, and I'm very happy, Volkan Hocam.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam, for sharing the details with us. It's really important. And I'm sure that you're very lucky. And I'm sure that your students are very lucky about being part of the project. Thank you.
I think
And about by the way, how do you choose your students for your project? What is the
it's
procedure?
yeah, it's not very easy thing because this is a popular project here. This is a very popular local project here in İskenderun, and
Wonderful.
up to now, as I mentioned, we have had two groups, and by selecting them, we get help. And also, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention about our America side of our American partnerships. for this project. We have a wonderful partnership in America, in the States. Dear Carl Holtzman, he is very dedicated person, and he
Great.
supports us. And he was one of the coordinators with Fatma at the beginning and at the foundation of this project.
Uh-huh.
He helped us, and he still helps us, and he does wonderful things for the future of our project, dear Carl Holtzman.
Sure.
And all these girls are had some placement test to
Uh-huh.
test their English levels. They don't have to be perfect, Volkan Hocam, but they should know, they should be at least level A2, because we work in English or our classes. The
Uh-huh.
A2 level is very essential because we make some artistic work, some artworks by using English, and they have an English placement test, and we really care about their familiarity with art, the interest in art,
Uh-huh.
and also we have oral interviews with them and also with their families, because it's a long journey. They need also their parents' support and their teachers' support. So it's a very long and nice journey, an opportunity for the girls.
For the girls, thank you very much for the giving this chance to the students, especially the girls, and over there,
Thank
over
you.
there,
Thank you.
they're very important. It's a very great project to do it. Thank you, Mirey Baz.
You're welcome.
But let me ask you another question about your project. But what is your idea? Okay, so far you have done a lot of things with the project. But what is your ideas about the future of the project? Do you have any plans about it?
Of course, I have, Volkan Hocam. And after my visit to Tampa and to
Uh-huh.
TESOL 2024, my dreams got bigger and bigger, and
Wonderful.
I had a nice network, social network then, and my biggest dream is to convert this local project to a global project.
Yes.
My biggest dream is that, really, my biggest dream
Uh-huh.
is that to make it globally known and to make it an international project. I
I
really,
hope.
I really look forward to seeing the Be the Voice of Girls title of different countries, in different countries. For example, Be the Voice of Girls Italy, Be the Voice of Girls Egypt, Be the Voice of Girls Kenya. Especially, in Eastern countries, unfortunately, there is a gender discrimination. Still, we have gender discrimination
Yeah, still.
in education, and girls in most of the parts of the Eastern world don't have the equal rights with the boys. And maybe this project, by the help of this project, all the voices of girls all around the world will be heard by everybody. Again,
Uh-huh.
this is my biggest dream, and my motto about is that if you give a girl the right shoes, Volkan Hocam, if you give the girl the right
Uh-huh.
shoes, she will conquer the world. And I think my project, this Be the Voice of Girls, is the right shoes for all the girls around the world. I believe
Mm,
it.
wonderful. And I hope your dreams come true, and I hope
I,
Frizzy
I
you will
hope.
you
I
you make
hope.
this project the worldwide as soon as possible,
I hope
and you will
so.
reach a lot of girls all around the world. Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you, Mirajam. Thank
You're
you. By the way,
welcome.
and last question about your project. How this project has changed your life and your education career?
Uh, Volkan Hocam, it has a very big and deep impact on my career and on my personality, even on my personality. As I mentioned, it's the 21st year of my teaching journey, and I was losing my hope about my students' future and also the future of my job.
Yeah.
after teaching 21 years. And this project is what is, just a minute, Volkan hocam. I can't hear you
Now?
now. Yes, I'm
Now,
sorry.
can you hear me? I'm not talking.
Okay. And this project is a turning point, and it is a lifeblood. I find a new lifeblood for my career, and I had the chance to attend in-person exchange program in TESOL 2024 in Tampa, Florida. Also with you, we were together there.
Yeah.
I was so lucky to meet you there, and it
Yeah, I
was
mean,
awesome for me.
same for me.
This is a turning point of my career. I had my lifeblood again for my career.
Wonderful,
Thank,
wonderful. It's a
thank,
great. Thank you. Thank you very
welcome.
much for sharing these Mirey hocam. I'm sure that you will have a lot. You will have a lot of things about
Okay.
the project. Okay, so you know you have attended the TESOL Exchange Program 2024, and it's really interesting and very really educational program for us.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, what was the best takeaway from there for you?
Mm-hmm. This is also what's a difficult and challenging question, and it's very challenging to choose the best one, you know.
Uh-huh.
But
One maybe
just
takeaway, or I don't know,
okay,
maybe
okay.
couples.
Let me talk generally.
Uh-huh.
Cultural interaction was amazing for me. It was a wonderful opportunity to meet the international English teachers coming all around the world, from all around the world, and feeling the soul of the States was also awesome. And breathing with your colleagues from all around the world with the same objectives. The main and common point was that we were coming from different parts of the world, but with the same aims and with the same targets of life.
Uh-huh.
And we were under the same sky, and it was unbelievable for me. And also
Wonderful.
we had the chance to see the global improvements in English teaching and in social emotional learning process, and also trauma informed education environments. I learned lots from that
Sure.
conferences. I learned lots, and we shared also we shared our experiences with the international English teachers. Now
Definitely.
we have lots of colleagues all around the world, and now some of them are here with us. I can see their names here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are here.
Hello them. Okay, I would like to say hello to my international English
Wonderful.
teachers. Whereas, yeah.
Great, great, Mirey hocam. And by the way, there are some comments. Let's read it. And they say here some parents not supporting their children's notion situation is the same for art students and English students, and the BVG project support both art and English, two birds with one stone. Yeah, nice. Thank you for your nice comment. And by the way, there are also questions here, Mirey hocam, for you.
Okay.
And let me ask you here with it. When, when talking about entering the university exam from English, people assume that you can only be a teacher or a translator, and writes here. And what is the truth percentage of this?
What is the sorry?
What is the truth
Truth. Yeah.
percentage of this?
I don't agree with this idea totally, because I always tell my students about that. For example, Acun Ilıcalı, we all know that, you know,
Yeah, sure.
he's a screen hero in our culture, and also he was following his dreams, and he tried to study language at university. And also there are lots of artists, and there are many departments and different aspects of jobs that you can deal with.
Sure.
In every field of life, people needs people who can speak English and who is an authority in English. Even in the banks, in the hospitals, in cultural events, in festivals, in fairs, people really look for people who are good at English and who are the authorities in English, and it's very important. But this is a general misbelief. I mentioned that if you choose the language department, you will become an English teacher. So
I see.
it's also a wonderful thing to be an English teacher, but maybe it's this belief is limited to our country, unfortunately. But when I give the example to my students, I say in every school you have got at least 7 or 8 language teachers. Let's think about the maths teachers number. Let's think about the number of literature teachers. It has the it was the most the most number. We have the most number in English teaching or in German teaching, the language teaching departments, I say. Even in the schools, we are
I see.
7, 8, or 10 teachers. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam. Thank you very much for sharing your ideas about it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so you have mentioned that you have attended the TESOL exchange program and you said a lot of things about it. So how did this TESOL affect your educational progress? And what should people do to take part in this program?
Now, Volkan Hocam, I feel more motivated when I go to school, and I really like to pass all my experience to my colleagues in my city and in my country, for example. And I have a wider network now, and the most important thing is that I had the chance to be the voice of my girls there in Tampa. Now,
Sure.
you know my project. Now, Hannah from Egypt knows. Now, Svetlana from Ukraine knows. And you all heard my girls' voices. And
Sure.
yeah, now lots of English teachers are searching for an opportunity to have their own Be the Voice of Girls projects in their countries, you know.
Exactly.
And Volkan Hocam, do you remember the first day we had a meeting in San Diego? The first
Sure.
meeting. And it was the first day I was in San Diego, and I just shared some photos in my Instagram account. And one of my girls, my project girls, had a comment. She commented on my post, and she wrote me, "Do you remember the quote?"
Yeah, what was it?
I would
I can't remember.
I would like to be a Mirey Baz in the future. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I remember now.
yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah, I would like to be Mirey
In the
Baz. Exactly, in the future.
And at that point, at that time, I really felt that I completed my mission, even in the first day of my adventure. And for some advice to take part in this program, English teachers should follow their dreams and turn on a new light in ELT world. They shouldn't just limit themselves in their schools. You know, they should find a new light. They should create something new for the English language teaching world. It's very important.
Definitely.
It's
It
very
is.
important.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mirey Hocam, for
welcome.
sharing your ideas about it
You're
and your
welcome.
progress about it. All right. So, you know, the time flies,
Yes.
and maybe in the future, what are your plans, by the way, for the future? And how do you see yourself in 10 years? Will you still be a teacher, or will you try another job or jobs?
If you asked me this question before visiting the States, Volkan Hocam, the answer would have been different. I'm sure about that. But after my visit to the States, I guess I will be still teaching English in 10 years' time. But I'm not sure about the place that I will teach, Volkan Hocam.
Oh,
I'm not sure about the place here or somewhere else, and
Uh-huh.
maybe I may also do something different, but again related with English, Volkan hocam.
I see.
Again, after this visit, I said you, I had my lifeblood, lifeblood again.
Exactly. Definitely. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
You're
And
welcome.
Mirey Hocam. All right. So you know that in our life there are some really difficult or challenging times, and in that times we say that, oh, I wish I could have this power so I could easily solve my problem, or I wish I could have that power so I could easily, deal with the problem. So when you think
Mhm.
about this in your classroom, so if you could have one superpower to use in the classroom, and what would it be, and how would it help you?
If I had a superpower in my classroom, Volkan hocam, I would like to teleport with my students to the States, to the United States,
Oh,
or or
nice.
to the countries they see on their pages, but they see on their books during the English classes,
It-
and then
It's very nice.
turn back at the end of the lesson. But
I see.
we wouldn't stay at the school at the English time.
Sure, sure. I see.
Okay.
It's really wonderful to teleport,
Teleport,
teleporting to
yeah.
different places
But
during
not
the lesson
alone. But not
with
alone,
us
Volkan hocam. With my
students.
students, yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so think that, Hocam, we finished the interview and, you step outside your home and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million. What would you do?
$100 million. It's a very big amount. Even I can't imagine what to do with it.
But
But
be honest, please be honest, okay?
okay, okay,
Don't be
okay.
politic,
Okay.
okay?
No, no, no, no, never. Of course, I will take this ticket and I will spend most of the money traveling all around the world. You know,
Great.
this is very realistic. And if I have money still with me, I would what I would found an international organization
Uh-huh.
with the name of Be the Voice of Girls,
Oh,
and
nice.
maybe I can use this money also with this foundation, and I will lead this foundation with my alumni girls. Each girl will be the leader of one country's Be the Voice of Girls Foundation.
Wonderful.
Yes,
It's a great,
that's it.
great.
That's it.
It's wonderful. It's a great plans about the hundred millions, billions dollar. Yeah.
Do
Thank
I
you. Thank
do
you.
I still have some money after spending this on them?
Of Probably you will have a lot of money so you can spend it.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So we have another question, and which is maybe you can see it on the screen. What are the advices from Mrs. Baz about the students who wants to be an English language teacher? Maybe
Okay.
one or two advice.
Okay, okay. Uh, First of all, do not listen the discourage of the people around you. Okay, close your ears to the bad comments of being a language class students. Close your ears about it and follow your dreams and uh, study hard and do your best to be an English teacher. And this is the first step of a wonderful life. You know, follow your
Sure.
dreams.
That's
Never give
nice.
up. Sometimes you can find it a bit tiring and a bit difficult because this is also a misbelief that a language class student doesn't have lots of subjects that they should study. They just learn English and they just solve Turkish or social sciences tests. but it's
Uh-huh.
not same with it, you know. They should make the perfect result, and they shouldn't
Uh-huh.
do any mistakes, especially in English placement tests. So
Uh-huh.
you will do your best. You will
There.
do your best. Just for 2 years. Maybe it's a bit tiring, but after 2 years, you will catch all the world by being an English teacher.
I see. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam,
You're welcome.
for giving your advice. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you my last question. By the way, are you ready for it?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And the most difficult one. What is your motto?
Motto in my life or motto in my career?
It's your it's your choice. You can tell about both.
Okay. So, whatever you do it with love, Volkan Hocam.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you do it with your love, and
Mm-hmm.
take risks in life. If you don't venture, you can't gain, Volkan Hocam. You should
Mm-hmm.
try.
I see.
If you don't try, you can't be successful in this life. Okay.
Definitely. You are right.
Okay.
You are right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mirey Hocam. Okay,
You're welcome.
these are all my questions, Mirey Hocam.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much. And before ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else?
Um, I I love you, and
Thank you.
I love being an English teacher, and I have a long way still in
Okay.
this
Thank you.
job. In this
Thank you
job.
very
Thank you
much,
very much.
Mirey Hocam.
Thank you very
And
much.
I would like to say one more time, thank you very much for being with us, and thank you very much for your ideas, for your suggestions. Okay, and the most important thing, your time. You spent your time with us. Thanks a
It's an
lot.
honor. It's a pleasure,
You're
and it's an
welcome.
honor for me. It was amazing. It's a very nice experience for me, Volkan Hocam. Thank you, and
Wonderful.
I really appreciate and I admire your work. You are doing wonderful things for the ELT, English language teaching world, and thank you for your contributions to us. Thank you very much. We had the
Thank you.
chance.
You're welcome.
We each week, every week, we have the chance to see our international colleagues. Thank you very much, Volkan
Definitely.
Hocam.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
Mirey Hocam. Thank
Okay.
you, Mirey. And Mirey Baz was with us tonight, and with Teacher Talks under the 60th event, and we had a fruitful session with her. And we are going to be here next week, as you know that, at the same time, on the same day, every Monday at 9 p.m. Turkey's time. And until the next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And until the next time, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, Mirey,
Thank
teacher.
you.
And bye bye, everybody,
Goodbye.
and peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.